Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 203rd Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Void Wars Red Eye Knight Gomez. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see some really cool artwork of Gomez. And if we turn the box around, more awesome artwork. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the new Red Eye Knight Gomez. And I love that name, Red Eye Knight, Jedi Knight. I see you, Mezco, you cheeky monkeys. This thing looks freaking awesome, man. Now I will say, I'm gonna say this off the bat here, it sucks seeing this thing sold out so quickly in the community, and then people in the community are charging ridiculous prices. I don't like seeing that. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think that personally sucks. I get it to a point, but I hope you guys just take better care of each other in the groups and, you know, understand we're all collectors. We're all here together trying to appreciate this hobby. So I'm gonna say that first and foremost. Also, I'm going to be using my Sith red lightsaber. This is my Darth Maul lightsaber chopstick, which I would normally use my purple one, but I think I'm going to transition over to the red one from this point going forward, because I've been using the purple one for quite some time now. But this right here, man, the Red Eye Knight, oh my god. First of all, I absolutely love the Void Cadet Gomez. He was just my favorite Mezco figure of 2023, and seeing that we're getting a variant so close after that, obviously this doesn't come with a mech, but still this is a fantastic variant. First of all, those metallic red eyes against that gray skin looks so good. I love the black and red deco of the suit. You get that big red V right there, red on the shoulder pads and along the wrists. You even get some along the boots. I love the red at the bottom of the feet. That looks really cool too. And you can see a little bit of imagery right there on the bottom of the feet, which looks awesome as well. I just love how this turned out, man. And I've said it before with a lot of toys. Red and black is just my favorite color combination. I don't know what it is. Red and black, and then if you add like a little bit of white, silver, or gray, I mean, I think that's the perfect color combination for my personal taste. So this just looks killer to me. So what I can do, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in our old Cadet Gomez here, so you can see this one does have the armor on, but it's the exact same figure. You're just gonna get the difference in color, skin tones, and things like that. I love this one so much. For me particularly, this one is just so much cooler. Again, it's that color scheme that does it for me. Oh my god, man, I love this figure so much. He looks so rad. Now moving on to accessories, we of course do get the Mezco circular base stand with a great image of the Red Eye Knight Gomez. I love the way that looks with his cloak kind of, you know, billowing back in the wind. You got the Void Wars there. You got Jabba's lair back there for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? And some nice ships. That's really cool, man. I dig that a lot. And then of course we do get the clear articulated arm. We also do get your average Gomez hands, where there's just ridiculous amounts of hands, different types of gripping hands, trigger finger hands, flipping the bird hands. You even got hands where it looks like he could be like wielding the quote-unquote force and things like that. I mean, really everything you're going to need. And then we do get the different types of blaster effects and things like that, which is really cool. And we do get the blaster like this with the holster. Let's see. And then we do get the blaster that we've seen before, just done in different colors. This has a little more red and black there, which is really nice. You can holster that in here, or you can put it in a trigger finger hand, and then that's just going to clip on the belt like this, and it holds on there pretty good. You know, it might come loose or come off as you're posing the figure around, so you might constantly need to move it around. Same thing with the belt here. The belt will shift and things like that, so something to note. And then again, you get all those crazy different types of effects, like we've seen the same effects before with the other Void Cadet, this time just done in different colors. This one is just awesome. It has a crazy looking beam, so I do like that quite a bit. Now, since this is the Red Eye Knight Gomez, let's go ahead and talk about those metallic red eyes in the head sculpts here. So we do get your standard Gomez head, again, just in the gray skin, that really nice airbrushing with a little darker wash in there. And again, those just fantastic metallic red eyes. We do get a second head sculpt, which is more angry, and he's kind of like showing his teeth, and his eyes are a little more squinting and things like that. You know, this dude is pissed, and he's just ready to go. You also do get different attachments for those heads to give them different types of looks. So you got this almost like rebreather type thing, like a face mask that has a hose that'll attach to his jetpack that'll show you here shortly. That looks really cool. That's actually my favorite look for the character. And then you get that red dome, which is really nice as well. You know, not as translucent I would like. It's a little bit, it almost looks a little frosted, as you can probably tell from the picture here. But it still looks really cool. Again, I love that it's actually, instead of just a standard clear, it's a translucent red, so that works out really nicely. So when you are going to use that dome, you do get the separate collar piece that you're going to put on first, and it kind of goes over the fabric collar right there. And you're going to notice from the back, these two black lines go at the back, and then it kind of curves down. So that's how that's going to go. And then you're just going to go ahead and take a head and then pop the head on over that, so it'll look something like this. And then same thing with the dome, you do get a more bulkier piece of that dome that's going to go towards the back right there. Make sure their antennas are lined up with the little holes at the top of those domes like that. And then you're going to take the front piece, pop that on like that, and there you go. Now you have him in that dome, which again, I think it looks really cool. Again, just remember the thicker pieces of these, both the neck collar and the dome itself, go towards the back, while the thinner ones go towards the front. Again, I think that's a really cool look. Now we do get this separate harness, which is really cool. It's a more harder, rigid plastic. We do get the little straps here that have little clasps on the side. So what I like to do, I just like to unclasp one side at a time and kind of feed one arm through that and go over the peg like this. I take the head off and then take it on the one side and then kind of just clip it back into place, which if you have sausage fingers like me, can be a little tricky. And then you're going to go ahead and take a Gomez head right here, preferably the one with the closed mouth because it works a lot better. And you're going to take this mask, plug the hose in, and this kind of just clips on. You're going to see the kind of like mandibles kind of feed through the mask like that. Go ahead and pop the head on like so. And then we're going to take the jetpack area like this. As you can see, it's going to have a surface right here. It's kind of a little bit of a dome that's going to fit directly in there. And this is just magnetic, which is really cool. And it fits in there. And I love you can see some red peeking through. I think it's a translucent red. This whole thing might be translucent, or is that just a very polished red? I'm not really sure, but it looks cool. I also like the almost like gunmetal black that we're seeing with that. That looks really cool too. We're going to take this hose and plug that into the back right here of the actual backpack, like so. Okay, put that jetpack back on like that, and there you go. That looks very, very cool. Again, we also do get thruster pieces that can fit in here like so to get a thrusting effect. What I did notice, one side, these things were just not going in, and I almost pushed it a little too hard where I almost broke that tip of that. So just be very careful. If it doesn't fit, what I did is I took a tack, the sharp point of attack, and just kind of pressed it in there to widen that hole just a tiny bit to fit these in a little bit better. You could also just kind of put them in there and line them up and give it a little twist. If I could do it right there, there you go. And then you get that thrusting effect, which again just looks really cool, man. And God, I love this figure. I really do. One of the best things that this guy comes with, we get a Red Eye Knight Grub minifig. I love this. Grub is such a cool little character. If you've been in the game for a while, you have a ton of these little grubs in just different types of styles and colorways, which I think is really cool. And is this like the Void Wars version of like Grogu, you know, Baby Yoda there? I don't know. That's kind of how I'm seeing him, but I love that he matches this. It's just such a great inclusion. But probably the best accessory, and I think a lot of us are going to agree, is going to be the Boom Boom, which is more like a tape player recorder thing. I love this a lot. This is done more of a black and red motif. And you see it doesn't have a wire here. That is because this thing does have a working freaking laser sword. Mezco, damn dude, you guys are innovating stuff like this, which really makes me appreciate you guys. I love the hilt like that. The black and red just looks really cool. And this whole thing will pop out like so, and you're going to put 2 tiny little button cell batteries in there, which the figure does come with. And then you're seeing a little switch on the side. We also do get this tool included with this. And you're going to take that tool if you don't have your fingernails long enough, and you're going to turn on the light there. And then you see the thing actually glowing. And if you turn off with some lights, it looks really, really cool. I do like it quite a bit. I just don't like the fact that the light through here looks almost like purplish blue when you're looking at it like that. The blade does come off, so I kind of just wish that was a straight up white LED. That definitely looks a little more purplish blue with a hue to it, so it doesn't give it as bright of a red look as I would like. But that's still awesome, man. This thing also does have a clip on the back of there, so you can connect it to like the back of the belt, and you can still hold it like that. I mean, it's crazy, dude, that we're getting like working actual light up 1/12 scale quote unquote lightsabers. That is fantastic, and I love that they did this. Now, the very last accessory we're going to talk about, he comes with his own Red Eye Knight robes, which is really cool. A nice soft goods robe here. So what you're going to do is going to pop a head off. Now, I'm doing this with the harness on. It's probably better you do it with it off, but I kind of just like the way it looks like that. So you're going to take this, open this up, and then kind of feed the ball peg of the neck through that like there. Then what you're going to want to do, you're actually want to take the antenna off of the head like that, because those are just on tiny little ball pegs. Put the head on like so. Now this does have a bendy wire, so you could just kind of put it back if you want to, or if you want to build it over the head. We do get little holes at the top of the dome like that of the hood. We're going to go ahead and feed the antenna back on like that. And I love that they always accommodate his antennae like that to feed through there. And there is a bendy wire coming through the seam of this. I feel like they stopped doing the seam, and it's not all case, but they stopped doing the seam towards the very bottom. I wish they bring that back, because it does help for posing and things like that, so it's a little awkward, but at least the outsides are on a bendy wire, so you can help a little bit. So it's just kind of a little weird that they're not doing the ones at the bottom, right? That really, really does help. So you could put this on there, and you can kind of like drape it, and then kind of fix the hood over the face however you want to, and things like that. Or if you want to have it billowing, you could pose the wire like that. I think that's a really cool inclusion, man. I think that's how I'm going to display him on my personal shelf, with the cloak and robes like that. Just a very cool look, dude. And again, just makes me love this figure even more. Now, running down the articulation here, it's Gomez. In my opinion, I think Gomez is the best articulated figure. That buck is just perfect. That is the best buck that I think Mezco makes. They put it easy with the skull figures and things like that. So head and the neck are on ball pegs, rolls all the way around, all the way up that high. That's so good. Down that much, pivot side to side, everything you need to do. Arms go all the way up, down, up and out that far, rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist, double ball peg in the midsection, rotate left and right, crunch, pivot side to side, hip joints that kick up that far, back about that much, splits all the way out very nicely, rotation at upper thigh, double jointed knee where he can kick himself in his own butt, rotation at the boot, ankles are on ball pegs, roll around side to side, pivot pretty decently, and all that good stuff. And overall, man, Jesus, I love this figure. And if you can avoid paying ridiculous prices, just try. Don't give into the FOMO all that quickly, because I think the prices will come down on this quite a bit for a good while. I know he was a limited edition figure, man. I understand it, but just, again, try to take care of each other out there in the community. Like I always say, be excellent to each other. And that includes your prices, just be excellent to each other. So for a quick size comparison, here is Gomez standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the first Mezco Void Cadet Gomez. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to Star Wars The Black Series Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Red Eye Knight Gomez. Now, I was lucky enough to get this figure on the sale. Man, I know it sold out very quickly, and I'm really sorry to a lot of the people who couldn't get it and who might have to pay those aftermarket prices. I know it sucks, But this figure is very awesome. As much as I love the first Void Cadet Gomez, and I really do genuinely love that figure, I love this one even more. Again, the color scheme of the red and black with those bits of grays and silvers and things like that really feel like something special to me. The colors just look so good with those metallic red eyes, that big red V on the chest. I love the fact that we get a 1/12 scale working lightsaber, which is nuts. All the different accessories and face masks and the red dome. I love the fact that we get a hooded cloak now. That is really awesome too. This is a really badass piece, and honestly, might be one of the best Gomez's that they've ever put out in the 112 collective. I really do love this figure, and he is definitely a must get. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.